What's up guys, C2113 here, and in today's video we're going to be unboxing a custom pair of Barefoot Shoellies from Jim Green. Alright guys, so what we got here is a custom pair of boots from Jim Green. Now I've had a great experience with these right here. These of course are the Barefoot African Rangers. These are in size 11 and these are the Houston Browns. As you can see, very well worn. I've already done a full cleaning on them a couple times. When I got them, the only thing I really did was put a little bit of nubuck leather protectant on there, but otherwise they've worn in extremely well. Now if you're wondering here, I have very flat feet, so my feet don't take a lot of vertical space in the boots. So one criticism I could give to the Jim Green last shape is it's very tall and it's very thick, and so it's one thing if you have a really thick insole, but when you have nothing in there, which is obviously what you're going to have with barefoot shoes or barefoot boots, if you have very flat feet or basically not a lot of arch height, you're gonna have a bit of an issue taking up space in here. So as you can see, I have to lace these pretty close together. So the tongue kind of comes together really close here. And in general, I found that that's one of the downsides maybe to the Jim Green Barefoot last, is that there is a little bit too much vertical height. And so especially when sizing correctly for super wide flat feet, you'll have an issue with your foot being a little loose in the front. But generally, I haven't had any issues walking or hiking with these because the rest of the boot really holds your foot in place just fine, and allows plenty of movement the way you'd want. Whereas a little bit too much vertical space inside the front toe box area can actually lead to a little bit more pressure on your toes, as opposed to if your feet were more secure in there. So that, along with these being a little bit narrow, would just be my criticism. I would prefer to see these a little bit wider, just in the toe box specifically. So let's take a look at what we got in here. Now, this did come in a outer wrapping as well, but I just removed that for getting rid of the shipping labels and all that information. But otherwise, I haven't opened this yet. I'm gonna see this along with you guys. And let's take a look. And there they are. Now this is a pair of their shoelies in the barefoot last shape. So as you can see, has the same anvil sole, but it's a shoelie. So basically it's like what they call a felly, but instead of a boot, it has a very short neck, as you can see there. So it's basically a shoe, not a boot. And these are black leather, black nubuck leather, black sole, clear finish on the outside right here, because you can get this painted, you can get this dyed as well. And then just the stitching is black as well with green laces. I'm not terribly creative, so that's just that's what I decided would look pretty decent. If you're super artsy creative type, you might be able to come up with a much better color combination than I did. And also, the only other modification besides the barefoot last and sole was the eyelets here. So normally the shoelies don't come with these eyelets, it's just holes in the leather. However, for durability reasons, I actually preferred, like what you got going on the Barefoot Rangers here. I like the eyelets for extra durability, so that you're not basically sawing through the leather over time by tightening and loosening your laces. So let's take a look at what the other one looks like. So there we go. I'll move this box out of the way. Anything else included here? Well, we just got a sticker, and that's pretty much it. Now, the turnaround time on these was, I want to say, about a month and a half, give or take, maybe 2 months. So it really depends on what you order, but in this particular configuration, it wasn't super complex for them to do. I picked a leather they had in stock. I didn't really deviate much from their built-in configurator for custom boots. So If you decide that you want to add on other options or ask for exotic materials, you can totally do that, and they'll accommodate almost any request. However, if it is outside of what they typically stock in terms of materials and components and stuff, it'll probably take a little bit longer. So let's take these out. I want to see if, because the last should be the same shape, right, as the Rangers. However, I'm still curious to see if they feel a little bit different. So I'm going to feel around first with my hands, and then we'll go ahead and show you guys me trying them on. All right, just based off of feeling this out on the inside, it does feel like this might fit a little bit better and tighten a little bit better without the excess vertical height. I am going to have to obviously really wear them to test them out, break them in, that sort of thing. I know some people were criticizing these because they don't really have a true different option for the shoelies or the vellies or any of the other options. They basically end up looking kind of like modified African Rangers, mainly because of the sole. But I'm not complaining about that. I really do like the sole on these. I find that, you know, it's light enough to really walk around on pavement or other surfaces, but when you go on dirt or any other surface where it's a little uneven or there might be less traction, they're very good in the grip department. And I'll also state for the record here that I did not get any toe puff, as you can see. So there's no structure to the toe here, which is exactly what you want in a barefoot shoe or a barefoot boot. I would say if you're going to be ordering using their custom configurator, definitely be careful when you're ordering, because I think by default the polymer toe cap or toe puff is an option that's selected. So if you want a true, you know, barefoot experience where it's pretty flexible, I would definitely make sure you uncheck that. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move the camera and we'll give these a first try. All right guys, so got the shoelies here. There's a little bit of paper stuck in there. I think some of the adhesive got some of the paper. So let me just pull that out real quick. I'm sure the rest will come off as I wear them. All right. And you know, we'll put these here just to compare, but make sure you guys can see all that. As you can see, I've got my toe socks here, so, you know, maximum spreadage on the toes. All right, let's go ahead and try. And these are supposed to be the same size, so, you know, if you put them over each other, you can see, should be. But they are gonna fit tighter, and of course, even with the same last, they are still different upper, you know, cuts and everything, so it's probably going to feel a little bit different. All right, let's see if we can cinch this down a little bit. That's the other thing I'm going to be curious about, is how well do these tighten, and do they end up looking really deformed because of the shape of the tongue and all that stuff. So we'll see, I guess. Okay, that's one down. You know, this right here, I guess less than aesthetically pleasing, but I think that's probably to be expected again with my flatter feet. If you have really tall arches or thicker feet, you should have no problem filling this out. But still, I am noticing a lot less vertical room than the Rangers, so that's definitely a bonus if you both don't really need a boot and you have an issue with the Rangers just having too much vertical height for your flatter or thinner feet, then these might legitimately be a great option for you. I mean, it is unfortunate that at least right now, they're not offered as a standard option and you have to go through their custom tool to do this, but at least the fact that you can even order these is pretty nice. All right, let me go ahead and put the other one on and then, you know, kind of give you my first thoughts on it. All right, there we go. Let's tighten this down. well, that's what they look like overhead. Let's take a look here. Probably can tighten the laces a little bit more on the right one, but overall, I still feel like there's a decent amount of room for my toes, a lot less vertical height. I'm noticing that it's very comfortable, arguably more comfortable than the Rangers, but you know, then again, those are boots. In terms of, you know, flexibility, I mean, these are brand new, so it's going to take some time to really break them in, but already I can definitely feel that they're quite comfortable. Yeah, you know, let's see. My other question was, could you, I know they're not designed for this, but could you at least remove the shoes without undoing the laces? I'm curious. Wow, look at that. So I'm used to shoes that before I started wearing the Rangers on a regular basis, I normally would wear shoes that are pretty easy to take on and off without untying or tying the laces. I don't think I could get these on without untying the laces, but even just getting them off, that was pretty easy. Yeah, I don't think, yeah, see, the tongue is gonna get messed up there, but let me get this, see if I can get this other one off. Okay, my sock's coming off a little bit there. But yeah, these are easy enough to remove if you don't tie them too tight. Obviously, if you're gonna be going for a long walk, maybe tie them a little more securely. You know, I'm pretty impressed with these. I would say I'll leave a link for them in the description, like always, but these are custom orders, so I'll just leave a link for their custom tool in the description, and then you can order whatever it is that you want. But I'll put the specifications, the options that I selected to get these in the description as well. Obviously, this is not a full review. I just got these things, so what I'm gonna do is give these a wear, kind of break them in, and then I'll give you guys an update after I get to that point. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a like. If you have any questions, comments, or your own experiences with custom shoelies from Jim Green, definitely let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it. And as always, if you want to see more, don't forget to get subscribed.